Hi everyone. In today's episode, it's a very special episode because it's with a good friend as well. We have the founder of What's in the Name Live, Mr. Rajdeep Chakraborty, and today we're going to know insights on his journey and how he's changing the concerts, especially in the Indian economy today. So, welcome Rajdeep to this episode. Truly a pleasure to have you with us today, and look forward to know a lot of insights on your journey. So, to begin with, Rajdeep, I want to know basically how did you start What's in the Name Live? What was your vision on starting What's in the Name, and a little bit on your early life as well? So, over to you.
So first of all, thank you, Siddhant, for inviting me. I think you're doing a great job. So congratulations on that. So starting out, to be honest, I was studying in the UK, attending all these concerts, this, that. Exposure was not that much in terms of what a real scale concert and everything is all about, but it was mainly just a student hanging out with friends, going around, attending random concerts, bar gigs and stuff like that. And eventually I started working for the student union of my university.
Okay.
Which would be doing a lot of events I was in Swansea University, and it had a lot of students. It had about 7,000-8,000 students, and every week something had to be curated and stuff like that. So I was not part of the curation, but I used to hang around a lot with the people who would be curating everything and stuff like that. So a keen interest was always there, but which I didn't realize that time. And then of course I came back to India, joined family business, was not liking it, opened up a restaurant which was called What's in the Name, which was there for a while, which did quite well. I had a partner on board that time, so we did it together. And then once, I think it was 2016, I was going to Goa for one of this big scale event which happens in the country, and I feel they are one of the pioneers of doing this entire concert setup, this concert thing in India. So I was going for it, and I was just looking around. I knew so many people on that same flight from Calcutta Goa, and if you remember that time there was only one flight, Calcutta to Goa, which was at that 11:20 in the morning, and 70% of the flight were people who were going for that event. And then I attended that event for a couple of days, and then I kept on thinking that, everyone is flying in, doing this, doing that, spending so much of money. If you go to maths, Calcutta Goa return during December could easily go up to 25 to 30,000 rupees. Easily can go up to during a few special. Then the hotels, then the price tickets of the event, then your alcohol, food, travel, this, that, it comes up to a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I kept on thinking why something like this couldn't be done in Calcutta, where people will probably have to spend 1/5 of the money. And that was the whole idea, that was the whole objective to do it. And then there was another company from Calcutta who were one of the first ones to start doing these EDM gigs. And I remember one of the first gigs was Afrojack. And I went for the Afrojack concert, loved it. I was like, wow, what is this happening? This is crazy, amazing. And that time I spoke to the person who was a partner in my company, why can't we do something similar? And that's how the entire idea came in. And when we were sitting whom to get, I don't know how it happened, but we wanted to get the best, and that was Armin van Buuren.
Right.
A person who was number one for a long period of time, according to DJ Mag. And we were successful to get him. We did it at Eco Park. We still remember there was 11,000 people through the gate. But we made a lot of mistakes. We lost a lot of money even with that number of people coming in, because we were probably treating it as a, what should I say, like a school fest in a bigger format.
Okay.
So of course we ended up making a lot. We ended up making loss. We ended up making a lot of mistakes. But that's how basically this whole journey started.
Tell me one thing, you've made the impossible possible. Like you did the Dabang tour with Salman Khan. You've done Brian Adams. People could not think these artists would come to India. And your vision forward. You must have faced a lot of challenges, obstacles. It's not easy. Everyone sees everything outside, but no one knows the hustle and the difficulties one faces when curating such large format shows. What are at that time? What are the challenges and hustles you faced, and how did you overcome them?
First of all, one of the biggest challenges that one faces is in this industry is that money is not everything. So, for example, if you have money, you will be able to get these artists. It's completely incorrect. You need to build a portfolio. You need to build a reputation. So what we basically did is, from this entire time, see, we actually, the What's in the Name Live became that massive success, big company that only happened in 2021.
Okay.
But we started doing it in 2017. So 2017 to 2021 was a 4-year journey with COVID also in between. So what people do not realize is it was, we had to keep on doing it. But does that mean that we were doing only concerts? No. We had a nightclub, we were doing club events. Yeah. We did Jubin Nautiyal in our nightclub. Okay. We did Stebin Ben and people like that who were just getting up. We had a Himesh Reshamia night at our nightclub, which is a huge name.
Thing, yeah.
So, and we were always into DJs and things like that. But we were doing things like that. So what it happened is, over the period of time, alongside we were doing concerts and all, but over the period of time, we developed relationships with artist managers, artist managements, and these companies. Okay. So you were able to build a reputation over a period of time that okay, these people can do, and we didn't do Salman Khan on day one. We didn't do Brian Adams on day one. So we did different kinds of artists, big, small. We first started doing a lot of things in a banquet format.
Okay.
My ex-partner used to own a banquet, so that was a very big advantage for us. And we started doing a lot of artists there. And we did solid artists. We did Honey Singh, we did Deep Prak, we did Arman Malik, we did Jasmine Royal, we did Dhwani Bhanushali. So all these kind of artists we were doing. But I think so the challenges will come in anything that you do.
Right.
But basically, I will say, yeah, challenges were to convince these artists to come on board, to try to tell them, okay, we have the resources. We will try and get the sponsors. We'll do all these things. So that is number one. Second thing, which was a big challenge, is these shows, especially these big scale shows, is a very, I wouldn't say sponsor driven, but sponsorship also is a very big angle to it. Yeah. So basically, we needed to do these, I won't say small shows, but these banquet shows over the period of time to give these liquor companies and other sponsors believe that, okay, they will be able to do.
Right.
So of course, these were the biggest hurdles that we were doing, and it was a big journey of 4 years which helped us to do the big shows.
Okay, so tell me something, Rajdeep. What is your vision forward with What's in the Name Live? I know that you're doing a lot of concerts, you're bringing big names to the table, and you're also helping in a way to get job creation, for people, because there's a lot of team involved when it comes to doing these kind of shows. So you're helping in that as well, helping the job creation for the Indian economy. So what is your vision forward? If I have to see 5 or 10 years down the line, where do I see What's in the Name Live?
So, of course, by God's grace and a lot of hard work of people that has been involved in this company, and that's just not me, like every single person who's been involved in our journey, my ex-partner and other people all together, I would say it's very simple. We started doing it. I started doing it for this city. I wanted these things to happen in our city. We are the cultural capital of the country.
Right.
We are still producing the best singers in this country.
Yeah.
Ever.
Right.
Okay. Currently, the biggest singer of this country comes from this land. So, I always wanted to do something for this. So, yeah, going forward, vision A is to be keep on doing things in this city. Maybe create a venue, which we are already in process. Maybe by next season, by November, December, the venue will be ready. So that is number one. Number two is to have Calcutta's very own festival,
Right.
which you know it's not going to happen in day one. Maybe it's going to take 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. Who knows?
Yeah.
But to create a festival which is very much Calcutta based festival, but also to build festivals which is relevant to the state also, because the state has some great cultures, great musicians. So maybe doing these smaller scale festivals in, let's say, Darjeeling, maybe doing it in Murshidabad, doing it in Durgapur, across the state, and that leads up to a bigger festival. So that's the vision, and of course we have already started doing it slowly. We had once done King in Guwahati. We are doing Tiesto in Bangalore. So the vision is to slowly start doing things across the country also.
What do you think about the ticketing sector? What do you feel like the ticketing culture, for people to be more accessible? What do you have to say on that?
So I'll tell you something. I don't think there's two parts to this. First part, let's say, talk about the pricing of the tickets. Okay, you have to understand, when you bring quality artists, you want to give quality production, you have to charge a certain premium. Because come on, at the end of the day, the promoter is not going to pay from their pocket. It's a business that they are trying to create. That's number one. Number two is very simple, to be honest, in this whole thing. Quality shows will drive these people to come back to these shows,
Right.
paying this money also.
Yeah.
No one minds paying that extra $500 or $1,000 if they are getting something which is quality.
Right.
Something which is not mediocre. Mediocre is the word. We need to get above that thing. So therefore the pricing of the ticket is high. You cannot do anything about it. So that's number one. Number two is, so the country specifically has a couple of major ticketing companies. One is Insider, which has become District now,
Yeah.
taken over by Zomato. The other one is Book My Show. And there are other players also, like Sort My Scene is coming in and stuff like that. In fact, let me tell you something, even West Bengal government is coming up with something.
Oh, wow.
West Bengal government used to it does have an app called the Yatri Sathi, which caters to 25,000 people availing the yellow cabs in the city on a daily basis. They want to get into ticketing as well, because they want to get into ticketing by decreasing the conveyance fees and stuff like that, so the ticket prices are slightly cheaper to the audience. So yeah, that is also happening. But overall, if you have to talk about ticket pricing and all, see, a promoter has to give a quality show. If the promoter gives a quality show, people will come back no matter what.
Right. Tell me one thing, a lot of the youth of today, especially the Gen Zs, I would say, they want to get into this concert culture. They want to be a part of this. Some of them want to even pursue this as a full-time career. What is your direct message to them, to the youth of today, who's driving our economy and who's the future of Indian economy? What is your take on that? What are the attributes one needs, to get into this field? What do you have to say on that?
So first of all, I would say that 100% get into it. It is a full-time profession. But if you want to make it a full-time profession, you have to deal with it also professionally. Okay, it can't be that you have done one event, now you're sitting idle. No, it has. If you wanted to be a professional, keep on doing things. That's number one. Number two, I feel that India at the moment, according to Event FAQ, is a $5.2 million events industry at the moment, $1 billion events industry at the moment, and in couple of years it has the potential to go to $7.8 billion. So when I say that, it is one of the highest contributors of GDP in this country. So 100% they should get into it. It's a great profession to be in, and I think people will love it. But of course, obstacles and challenges will be there. My view is very simple. Start doing from the small. It's very simple. You can't go from G to 10. You have to go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then you go to 10. So that is very much important. The biggest mistake I feel that people are making these days is they want to, it's a lot of people are taking it as that they want to make quick fame. They do not, like I told you, first event I also did, I made a massive loss here. I didn't understand it. Anything you do, you need time to understand that business. So of course I would say start doing from small things. Start doing from artists which doesn't cost too much money, instead of just jumping onto something and then you end up making a 60, 70, 80, 1 crore rupees loss at the end of it, and then you're like, oh shit, I'm not going to do this anymore. No, don't do that.
So I would like to tell everyone, what Rajdeep said is correct. There's no shortcuts to success. Take step by step. Everything has its own time. Be patient. Don't jump the gun. And a very nice message from him. So now comes to a very fun segment, is the rapid fire round. Just to know him more personally. I know him personally, but I want to still know some of his favorites. So to begin with, Rajdeep, this is going to be quick answers from you. What is your favorite holiday destination which you can go 7 days a week other than India?
London.
London, okay. Your favorite cuisine you can eat all the time without thinking twice?
Tangra Chinese.
Tangra Chinese, okay. Do you like to cook? And if you do, what is the favorite meal you think you make the best?
I think my wife will beat me up because I tried cooking during COVID. That was the start and end of it. So okay. I'll leave it to that.
Your current favorite read?
Current favorite read? See, I will say I'm not a very big reader, but I like to watch a lot of podcasts. So I see a lot of podcasts. I keep learning, what is happening around. And when I say podcasts, varied stuff.
In today's generation, who do you think is the most talented artist, as a performer?
In India?
In India or abroad?
Arijit Singh, hands down, yeah.
According to you, one difference between the millennials and Gen Zs?
A difference between millennials and Gen Zs? I would say that the Gen Zs are more tech savvy than what millennials used to be.
Okay. Your favorite genre of music, which when you're having a low day or you're very stressed, you love listening to?
R&B, hip hop.
Okay. And one thing which you do not leave your house without?
My wallet.
And the mobile?
Yeah, and the phone. I've forgotten it a couple of times, but the wallet is the most important thing. Yeah.
So, any positive message from you to the viewers today who's watching us? What is that going to be?
It's very simple. I want to tell them that first of all, I want to thank everyone from What's in the Name's point of view who have supported us over the years. People who have kept on coming for these events, buying tickets, buying tables. Even if they haven't done it, indirectly supporting us by just putting up a post. So we want to thank people for that. I want to tell people that it took us a lot of time to make this company where it is right now. What is good part about this company right now is no artist is impossible to get on board. And I just want to say that keep attending concerts, keep supporting promoters, just like you have supported What's in the Name. It is a huge industry. I think This industry is something where you get to live the moment.
Right.
You're there. It's not YouTube. It's not. You're there. You're just feeling the whole thing. So just keep supporting all the promoters, especially the city-based promoters. Let the scene grow. And I think Calcutta, I think we have been a tiny part of this whole thing of getting Calcutta into this map over this year. I think everyone together and with everyone's support, I think everyone will talk about Calcutta as one of the biggest hub, especially how close we are to a lot of southeastern countries in Asia. I think Calcutta has a lot of potential to be one of the key players in this region. Because when we did the Brian Adams show, we had 12 to 14% of the total audience flying in from outside Calcutta.
Okay.
So I feel that if everyone keeps supporting the scene, I think it's going to be very soon that people from Thailand, Singapore, Bhutan flying into Calcutta because it's that close.
Yeah. And also, my last question for the episode would be, what is your forthcoming events, and would you like to share some big ones which you're planning to bring?
Right now we are in talks with a few people. I would say I personally break down the events calendar, looking at Calcutta weather into two parts basically. I basically look into a calendar which is September to December. Another calendar is from Jan to March. Where till the Holi ends, because after that whatever happens mostly gets into an indoor situation, to be honest. So for the September, October, November thing, we are already in talks with one of the greatest poster boys of the world. It's too soon to talk about it. I think we are there. The advances are supposed to go out in the coming week. So that is something that's going to happen. In this segment, we have a Holi event which is happening with Sukriti, Prakriti Kakkar. We are doing it. We are going to do a vodka launch with a superstar of this country. He and his son have launched a liquor brand. So we are collaborating on it. It should be April.
Okay.
And May we are planning to curate an event with a comedian. We want to do something different. Yeah. So that is something that is there.
You've done one of the biggest concerts in Calcutta with Mr. Salman Khan, who's a global superstar. It was not easy. I know that it's not easy. A lot of people tried to bring him down to Calcutta to do a thing, but no one could do it, and you made the impossible possible. So what were the challenges, and what were the things you faced, bringing him down, as well as also how is he as a person when you are dealing with him face to face?
So, there were two shows which I always tell people were the most challenging shows of my life. One show was the Epithelon show that we did, because Delhi show got cancelled. That's how the show came to Calcutta. It was a 25th December show, and we got the show on 22nd December. So we did an Epithelon show in Calcutta in 2.5 days.
Okay.
Pack house.
Wow.
So that was one show which I personally feel was challenging. But now coming to the Salman Khan show, of course, it is the biggest show of Asia, they say. In terms of cost, in terms of how the show is, it's massive. It's larger than life. Because the person involved is larger than life, of course, challenges were crazy. That time, there were threats on him, so dates were changing. Then, due to a lot of issues, our venues had to be changed because of him, so that we can give people a superb show, at the same time secure and keep him safe as well. So, oh my God, that was a 1 year, 2 months process. 14 months it took me to do the Salman Khan show. I think if you do that show, you can do any show. Because 140 people traveling with the backup dancers, tag, this, that. There are like 6 to 7 global superstars, Bollywood superstars in that lineup. Everyone has a different requirement. everyone has a different entry. Someone wants to enter in a palki, someone wants to enter in a this, that. It's a 4 hours of the show is 4 hours, but there's 14 months which went
goes
to do
behind,
it
yeah.
because it is tiring. It is, but once you can do that show, you can do any show in the world, any show in the world. And coming back to the part how he is, I'm not saying this because I know him personally, but I'm going to tell you this. He is really, really, really my Jan. He's the nicest person on planet Earth. We hear all these stories that Salman Khan has helped this one, that one. It's all bloody true. That man, one day we were at his house, we were having dinner. It was at like 2:30 in the morning. There's this biggest restaurant in Bombay, which is the biggest restaurant of the country. He suddenly remembered I own restaurants. He's like, do you want to get this brand to Calcutta? He called up the owner at 2:30 in the morning. He's a friend of his. And he's like, I want you to open this up in Calcutta.
Wow.
So he is something, I feel he's some, he after a point, he keeps thinking how he can help you. And after a point when he doesn't know how to help you, he's still finding ways to help you out. And I swear to God, I'm not lying about this. God has been kind. I think I get to meet him every couple of months once, and if I'm in Bombay, I make it a point to go and meet him at home or at the studio, wherever he's shooting. That aura?
Yeah.
Oh my God, nothing beats. The first time I met him, I'm not going to lie, I shat in my pants. I met him at the Big Boss studio. He was shooting Big Boss. It was in a break. He was sitting on 2 chairs on top of each other with his black coffee in front. He was sitting like this. I was walking in. It was just after COVID, so the studio was empty. There was no audience allowed. So he could see me walking from there to here. And when he looked into, when he spoke to me, he could pierce through you. He knows if you're bullshitting. When you go there, you can understand that you are good as a person, you are intelligent, you have everything in you, and the amount of hard work, that's why he is where he is. The amount of hard work that man does is unbelievable. And I'm just very lucky. I keep telling everyone, my family says the same thing to me. I'm very lucky that I know that person so closely.
What you said is so true. Even I've heard stories. His persona is actually larger than life. I would put it that way. And also, I believe that his commitment to his work is also next level. I know that there are stories of him where he's had really high fever. He's not been well, but he still showed up at the shoots. Because he thinks of the other people. There's so many people who earn daily wages because of him.
Oh, 100%. He's an industry in himself.
He's an industry in himself. So what you said is, pinpoint, absolutely to the point, to the T, I would say, about him, what you said and described him. Also, there's one more thing, Rajdeep, the infrastructure. Let's talk on that. The Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, said that, India is also looking at, building a very good infrastructure, probably like the international standards, so that the international artists also come down, they feel at home. What do you have to say on that?
So, I have to say a couple of things, to be honest. So, I completely agree of what our Honorable Prime Minister has said. On the other hand, I am very lucky to come from a state like West Bengal because we have one of the best indoor arenas in the whole country. It's a 7,000 to 8,000 people arena in Milan Mela, which is 2 arenas, and it is state of the art. And everyone in the country is talking about it. It's state of the art. Yes, we need to make a arena which is bigger for 25,000-30,000 people. What happens is when more amount of people come in, the amount of prices of tickets also goes down for the people.
Yeah.
So we are on the process, we are working on it, and we are doing something for it.
Great, yeah. Wishing you all the very best, Rajdeep. Thank you so much for your time and wishing you all the very best for all your future endeavors. That's it, guys, for this episode. And thank you again for watching us and hope to see you for the next one.